Hey girls, it's your girl Penny and welcome back to another episode of your 5 to 9 before your 9 to 5. Today we are making sure we get 8 glasses of water, 9 hours of sleep, a Pilates class, some Stairmaster, kombucha, a sweet treat and even some journaling because this is what you've got to do to be a girl. It's also tiring. If you are new here, welcome. I usually talk about, you can see a theme, but outside of switching sides, while that is a key aspect of my life, I'm also just a girl, and that comes with its own challenges. If you're just here to hear about the usual trans-related things, then stick around to the end because I will circle back.
I'm a businessman.
To start, I think you can't have a discussion around femininity without talking about social pressures. Of course, that applies to everything because gender is a construct and inherently performative, but blah blah blah. Just listen to me for once, please. God, why does everyone talk over me now? They never used to do that before. The intro to this video wasn't just poking fun at TikTok influencers and their morning routines. It's more so the crushing reality of femininity, which is basically just expectations. And for some reason, your duty to serve these ideals that you have been told to care about. While exercise, water, sleep, and matcha are all good for you, especially matcha, obviously, and probably will help you have a better life, the connotation between these things and the modern female experience isn't just, haha, girl dinner, oh, I'm just a girl, it's so confusing to be a girl. It's an active barrier to entry and a checklist that we are kind of expected to hit and maintain in order for our existence to have higher value. What does that even mean? Warning, I'm going to talk about food stuff now, so leave if you have a history with that. While it's not the same as the diet culture of the early 2010s, the integration of quote-unquote clean living, which I'm sure you know what I mean by that, into modern femininity is actively disordered and reeks of classism, among other things. If you use social media as your gauge, which, let's be honest, 99% of the population do, your idea of being a girl will be like going on runs and the gym and gut balancing smoothies with a morning and night skincare routine. But at the same time, it's also partying and fashion and loud music and cigarettes, which, while I'm definitely more the latter kind of girl, I recognize those two dynamics are inherently opposed, but also simultaneously entirely integrated into the version of femininity that we see sold to us, specifically in our generation. The key word there is sold, by the way. We are being sold what it is to be what we always were. And before you're like, well, Penny, you're trans, you were born a man, perish. Okay. We are sold these ideals, these checklists that we have to hit in order to fulfill this role that, let's be honest, do we even want? We have told that we have to be approachable but strong and unreachable but gentle and self-sufficient but reliant, and none of it is actually designated to us by us. It all exists within this lens of being enough to fulfill a role for society, not society. Not for ourselves. The thing is with this is that it works. I have a Korean skincare routine. I love manga. I love the gym and little treats. I'm not too far gone. I don't own a Labubu. I never will. But I will admit they're kind of cute. Quick tangent. I saw the other day there was someone claiming that the Labubu trend is a symptom of empty nest syndrome. Because people are having less kids, which is for real, genuinely some shit I could imagine Jordan Peterson saying. You know, if you had a baby, you would like those plushies so much. This is bloody fascinating. We've replaced children with marketable plushies. That was terrible. Anyway, I recognize my connection to this stuff is partly due to marketing.
That album was great. Marketing was even better though.
And it's marketing that capitalizes on insecurity that they gave us.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Now, this isn't a new business. Businesses have been creating and capitalizing on feminine insecurity for decades. Like P90X and Peloton is quite literally the exact same thing, just repackaged. And they are like 2 decades apart. From shoes to jewelry to bodies, over time we have had different stuff sold to us under the guise of This is what you need to be valuable right now. The most stark example of this for me is the Kardashian era. There has been talk over the past 2 to 3 years about these celebrities removing their surgeries. BBLs are out and thinness is in, and this isn't normal. Your body, the thing that you will go through life with, will hold you and sometimes fail you, but ultimately it is you, and it's a beautiful expression of you that has been bastardized to the extent that it's now a trend. We're treating women's bodies like it's the dream SMP or something. This just in, Kim Kardashian has got rid of her BBL and you should too. Also, George Not Found was found. I don't know what they do. But seriously, do men have this? Don't get me wrong. Men have unfair standards that they have to hit. But even then, if they fall short of that, it's not as big of a deal. Men aren't out here having $1,000 surgeries to be viewed as more important and valuable. I mean, apart from hair transplants, but that's more of like a gender affirming surgery, and I'm so proud of them for that. Seriously though, what does that even mean? What does valuable woman even mean? The answer that I've come to is that it means whatever I want it to. Does it mean pretty? Does it mean smart? Does it mean fertile? Like what is this weird measurement what weird measurement are we using now? Because it seems to change every couple years. Regardless of that, the answer that I have come to regarding what a valuable woman is that means whatever I want it to. As long as my femininity is defined by others through trends and social media, then I will never be happy and I will always be chasing, which is what they want. And by they, you know who I mean.
Man.
The final chapter that I want to cover here is an issue that I think trans women, like me, specifically fall into, which is the idea that you must be hyper femme, diva, doll, brat, icon, level girl. And while yes, I listen to Marina and Madonna and Charlie, I recognize my femininity exists outside of this act, because that's what it is. It's an act. It's a fun act. The air of confidence and untouchableness that comes with that kind of expression does feel powerful, like you are the one that's in control, but it's not real. I think that's an aspect of why Brat was as big as it was. It's the anthem and the embodiment of this attitude that we project. In many ways, it's just like Jesus. Now hear me out here. Both of these albums are minimalist, maximalist expressions of the furthest parts of their respective gender norms. Jesus is the embodiment of male ego. It's toxic, misogynistic, full of control freak and conquering God complex sentiments. And Brat is a similar embodiment of femininity. The confusion of female friendships, the envy generated over things that we are told we should want, the worry of our own ability to fulfill our duty, the isolation of it all, and finally the character of femininity that we often express to shield us from the reality of our own insecurities. The problem is with this whole Diva Doll thing is that act doesn't exist when it's just you. As a trans woman, I massively fell into this hole. The idea that I have to be cunt and that's my powerful womanhood, but it was simply a projection of what I believe I lack. I haven't been confident in my femininity at all until very recently, and what I realized was I was performing femininity, trying to convince my audience that I possess this trait both me and them so strongly desire, and the truth is, there is no audience. There cannot be an audience, because to have an audience is to have your womanhood, what you are, who you are, placed in the hands of someone else. All of a sudden they have a say in your existence, in what makes you what you always were. In a world where we are told who we should be, how we should be, down to our volume, our clothes, hair, bodies, voice, desires, traits, abilities, everything, it's worth asking the question if this is even our life anymore. All I know is that I took the steps to live my life as who I truly am, so I could be myself. And I will be damned if I go from one cage to another. Look, my name is Penny. Pull over if you get tired. If you got this far, comment diva. Call me back and bye.
Just a girl